So it's the end of February. I'll show you some of the dahlias I've took out of the grow box. As you can see, we've got some healthy growth on the dahlias, and we're ready to take some cuttings. These have been in my grow room, as I say, and they've been on a heat bed. The heat bed is 20 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The reason I've put them in the grow box is because in the greenhouse it's not a high enough temperature on the bottom to sort of get them going. So in the grow room it's optimum temperature, and as you can see on the soil temperature gauge, it's 21 degrees, so healthy growth in there. I've got about 10 to 12 trays of dahlias in the grow room. So this is 2 of them, and as you can see there's plenty of cuttings to be took on here. This tray here is all Kenora Challenger, a large white cactus variety, and at the back the big bushy one is Mary's Jemanda, another Kenora Challenger here, and a couple of other bits and bobs. This big tuber here is Ruskin Myra, and it's a nice big strong healthy tuber, but there's just no growth coming out of it yet, but there's still plenty of time. It's not a variety that I'm going to be growing heavily this year, so there's no hurry for that. And there's a couple of Oakwood Goldcrest tubers there. So I'm going to show you how I take some of the cuttings. The problem that you get with some of the early cuttings is they have hollow stems, and a hollow stem is poor to root and poor growth, so they just get slung. So as you can see here on the Kenora Challenger, they've some nice thin stem, perfect to root cutting material here. But as you can see on here, Mary's Jemanda, big thick stem, it'll be a hollow stem. So I'll cut some off. I'll set my camera up, start cutting some of them off, and I'll show you how I take the dahlia cuttings. So when you're taking dahlia cuttings, the tools that you need are a new blade to strike the dahlia cuttings with, and also you need to be keeping this blade as clean as possible. You don't want to be spreading from plant to plant, otherwise you'll be spreading disease around your dahlias, and obviously if you've got disease in, it's hard to keep control of. So as a way of control, keep your blade clean or use a new one for each tuber that you're cutting from. Also, pen and plant label, necessity, because you will forget. I already have, so make sure you put a label in each variety, because you'll forget. I forget. So new rooting powder. Every year I get a new rooting powder. It's just you need to be making sure that you've got new rooting powder. You don't want to be using old stuff. It does go out of date quite easily. I also use 12 9-cell trays for rooting the cutting, so 1 in each of them, and I get 2 of these to a tray. When I cut them, I put them in the tray, put them in a bigger tray, and then put a propagator lid on once I've watered them in. So the compost that I use is a peat based compost mixed 50-50 with horticultural sand, and it's got some grit and horticultural sand, so 50-50 peat and horticultural sand. So fill a tray up, nice clean tray, keep everything clean. You'll have no excuse for dirty trays. So fill the tray up, 50-50 peat and sand. So that's one done. So as you can see, there's plenty of cuttings on here ready to take. This is Kenora Challenger. What I'll do is remove some of the growth off there, and as you can see from the cutting, I need to be trimming it back to the leaf joint. So to the leaf joint, and then remove the bottom 2 pair of leaves. So that's your cutting there. That'll be dipped in rooting powder, and you'll get growth coming out the bottom there. So dip in the rooting powder, create a hole in the cell tray, and just straight in there. So that's one cutting done. Take a few more. There's another one. So remove. I cut it on a 45-degree angle, there or thereabouts. Remove the bottom 2 leaves. So nice cutting, ready to take. Dip in the powder, straight in the tray. I'll show you on the Mary's Jamanda. I'll cut it in leaf joints, so get another cutting coming out. But as you can see, this has a hollow stem. They're quite difficult to root. Well, they're nearly impossible to root. So these get binned, and you'll get plenty more cuttings. As I say, it's the end of February, so there's no rush to take cuttings yet. Most of these early cuttings are no good. If they've got hollow stems, they need to go in the bin. But on the Canola challenge here, I'll fill a tray up, and these'll be mother plants, and I'll then get more cuttings from them. So I'll take a few more cuttings from the Canola Challenger, and I'll chop all the growth, the hollow stemmed growth off Mary's Jamanda. I will be taking more cuttings later on from other varieties, so I should have plenty cuttings took. So that's two 9-cell trays full, so 18 cuttings, as you can see. Nice strong cuttings. This one here has got a very large leaf, so I'm tempted to trim this back, because you don't want transpiration, loss of water through such a large leaf when it's just unnecessary. So as you can see here, I've trimmed the leaf back. It doesn't need it. It's a bottom leaf. The new growth's going to come from the centre, so these will die back anyway. So I'm tempted to trim that leaf back. So what I'll do now is I'll water them in, and stick the lid on, and I'll put these on the heat bed just to get them going. 18 to 20 degrees Celsius bottom heat will be going on these just to get them going. You should see life in around 10 to 14 days time. So as I say, these will be mother plants. These will not make it into my garden. Maybe there's pot tubers later on, but that's just if I'm short of numbers later on. I'm going to need in the region of 20 plants of Canola Challenger. There's 9 there, so hopefully that'll double its numbers. I should get another 20 off there easy. So hopefully I'm not going to be struggling for numbers. So I'll put these on the heat bed, and hopefully we'll see some growth in the next 2 weeks time. So thanks for watching.